Check out this tree. It looks like someone put a big stick of dynamite in the middle as it grew. There's a hole right through the middle. Good morning, it's day 36. Today, it's gonna be a relatively easy day. Maybe not. I'm planning on about 14 miles, but it's gonna be 3,700 feet of climb again. It's almost the same amount of climb as yesterday, except just over a couple more miles, but it's fine. We don't have a super ton of miles to go into station 19E, so that'll still split it up okay. So I think 14 is good. Maybe tomorrow we'll do 16 just to make the last day shorter. Not sure yet. We'll see how it goes. Today, as soon as we started, we had a 1,000 foot climb over I think 1.5 miles up to Unaka Mountain. We're only about 0.1, maybe 0.2 miles away, but the environment has changed so much. Look around. Maybe 0.1 miles ago, it was a typical leaf-covered, deciduous trees everywhere. From here, it's just dense, straight evergreens of various types, and the trail is just covered in moss, and I don't know if that's grass on the ground or maybe more moss all over the ground itself. It's pretty wild. Everything's so green up here. It's amazing how quickly the environment changes, and then we're almost to the top, and as we head down a bit, it'll just change again. Oh, pretty wild. Look how green it is. I don't get the pine smell though. Honestly, I think I've only seen like moss covered grounds, just huge sections of moss covered grounds, only in movies and on TV and maybe on YouTube, where they won't necessarily reveal the location of these kind of things. But this place isn't as moss covered as some of those, but wow, mossy. This is my homeland. If I laid down in the grass or in the moss over there, fell asleep, nobody would be able to find me. Nobody. Wow. Pretty wild. I'll have to say, Unaka Mountain is probably one of the prettier mountains that I've gone up on this trail so far. I mean, there have been plenty of mountains, but I think Unaka Mountain is high up there. It didn't have any views necessarily, and generally when people think of mountains, you expect big views and stuff. But the whole mossy woods up there is actually amazing. I've always said that doing AT wasn't necessarily about views, because if I wanted just views, I would go hike the Rockies or Sierra Nevadas again, or something way out west. But here it's about more newer experiences and unique experiences, things you don't get And that mountaintop was amazing with all the moss everywhere. I just hope it doesn't become too popular and people go up there and tromp around everything. Because I was thinking, like, views don't necessarily get destroyed unless trees grow around it. But moss like that can easily get destroyed. And then future people may not enjoy it at all. If less people knew about it, the better, right? Yeah, Unaka Mountain it's a pretty horrible mountain. It's horrible to climb up. It's not worth climbing up at all. Don't climb up that mountain. Don't go up there. There's nothing up there to see. Nothing at all. Forget everything I said about it. There's nothing up there. After digging a cat hole, the old sticks and leaves gets it perfectly clean. So that's what I usually use. Big sticks and then leaves, because there's always just dirt all over it. So gets it clean enough though. Here we are at the Cherry Gap shelter. It's funny, someone wrote the decapitator on that bar. It's short, like it's probably just under 5 feet. You have to watch out. There's supposed to be a water source here. I'm not here to take a break. I'm here to get water. I'm guessing, yeah, blue vase. Okay, let's go get some water. It's supposed to be a good source here. A short walk down, but this thing is flowing super well. It's always amazing, right? Somehow there's a spring out there and then they stuck a PVC pipe in there and it jammed up the rest. And it's all coming out of the pipe and it's coming out so well. Crazy.
Ah, that's the brightest my headlamp will go. Is there anything in there? I don't see any eyes looking back at me. Looks like there's garbage way in there. Yeah, no eyes.
One of the things I like about backpacking is just listening to some of the birds. They're far. They're making some noise. My backpack's a little squeaky, so it kind of washes it out if I walk, but I just love hearing birds. Love hearing birds. Wish I could see them. This is my big chance to spot these birds without the leaves in the trees, but it's still so difficult. Check out this tree. It looks like someone put a big stick of dynamite in the middle as it grew. There's a hole right through the middle. You can see the light through the other side. But looking up, it looks like the tree's still quite healthy otherwise. Besides the gaping hole in it. I think it's healthy. Healthy enough. Crazy. We had our first bit of trail magic at Iron Mountain Gap. We were walking up there, at least I was walking up there and I saw this car. And I was like, why is there a police car up there waiting for someone? But as we came up, he pulled some boxes up and he had a bunch of things for us. Some snacks, sodas, I guess Mr. Enough or Dr. Enough? I'll have to look at it again. But he had some sodas and he gave us some Spam single packets. That was great. That'll be another 230 calories per night coming up. And I was feeling really tired a couple miles before. I don't know what's going on. I don't think I ate enough for dinner, but I just had cookies and a whole bunch of Fritos just a couple miles before, but I've just been dragging today. I'm not quite sure why, but it was really great to meet Richard, or Hydrator. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. Say hi to your wife and everything for me. And yeah, we only have 6 more miles now to the shelter, and I was tempted to go a little bit more, but this one has a reliable water source. I think I'm gonna grab a bunch of water there. I don't know, and just stay there. Easy day. And then tomorrow is actually gonna be a longer day. Could be 14, could be 16. If I take this like Roan Mountain or not bypass, but there's an a side trail that goes up to something Ridge Knob or something. It's gonna be 1.2 miles extra for today, so it's gonna be a long day. Tough one. We'll see. So 6 more miles to go. Always weird to get random clearings like this. We've been walking by for a little while and there's a little trail here for us. Just wide open clearing. I wonder if someone comes and mows it, or how is this maintained? Why isn't it growing in? It's in a depression too. Kind of odd. It's water that way. We'll continue. Very odd. The woods are just filled with the craziest trees. Like this one is obviously alive as you go down. You can tell the main trunk is split in the middle all the way down. I don't know how this thing is still alive. All the way down to the very end. And there's even a branch that goes out straight sideways. It's amazing, the trees sometimes, like what they can endure and still survive. This is officially the top of Iron Mountain. Well, I guess there's no official, but it looks like the highest point around here. We are in Iron Mountain. Every time I hear Iron Mountain, I think of all the document destruction stuff that happens at the company there. But out in front of us is Roan Mountain. I guess it's that one. But we're gonna go along the ridge for a while and hit a whole bunch of balls. It's supposed to be super scenic. So I hope tomorrow's not super windy. We're gonna leave bright and early because it's a long day. And I think I'm gonna wear long pants just so if it's windy I can hang out there for a while and not have excuses like I'm cold to leave. So get some good footage. It's supposed to be a beautiful day again tomorrow. So that's good. And I guess that's the last mountain over 6,000 feet for a long time until New Hampshire. No whites. So I wonder if people could see that during the spring. Probably not. It's nice. People camp out up here too. It's a nice day actually. This poor tree here, I think a woodpecker's been having a good old time. It's funny how it goes side to side like that and then goes up and goes sideways. Just a whole bunch of imperfect lateral lines throughout this tree. Poor tree. Poor tree. Such an odd tree. This side there's nothing, but if you go to the side that I was at, there are woodpecker holes all the way up, like as far as I can see. So weird. Think they're bugs, or do you think they're woodpeckers? Why did they peck such shallow holes if it was a woodpecker? So weird. I'm such a dork sometimes. I say something, then I go, oh, like two hikers are going the opposite direction. We pass by and they're like, happy trails. I go, have fun hiking. Oh my gosh. I don't know why you people watch me. I guess to hear me say dumb things like that. Have fun hiking. One change that happens when you're on a thru hike. You know how in the business world or corporate world, you get the 5 o'clock shadow, or around 5 o'clock you get your stubble coming out? For me, well, it's a month shadow there, but for me, a 5 o'clock shadow means this. Can you see it? The sun's kind of faint now, and we are going slightly uphill. So you should see my head and the leaves there. That, to me, is 5 o'clock shadow. So when I see my shadow is that long, that means it's coming up towards 5. It'll constantly change throughout the trail as the days get longer, but that's my 5 o'clock shadow. Any other thru hikers do this? Where you check the map and you go, oh, I'm only 0.7 to the shelter. Easy. And then you hike and hike. And at some point you feel like, I must have passed the shelter. I think I've been hiking 1.5 miles already. I have to be past the shelter. Maybe 2 miles. But you're not. Time is definitely relative as a hiker. In the morning it goes by, well, the distance goes by quicker. But in the afternoon it's so slow. I feel like I've hiked 2 miles and I still don't see the shelter. 0.7, huh? My phone must be broken. Of course. There it is. Shelter, Clyde Smith Shelter. Not too far, I can see it from here. Not too far down either. Whew, it's only been a 14-mile day, but I'm exhausted. It's a little after 5, I think. And we sat and chatted with the trail ranger for quite a while. I think if we had a longer day, we wouldn't have sat there so long chatting. But it's been a long day, and there's the shelter. I think there's supposed to be 2 people up here. Yeah, I see a food bag, I think.
Richard, thank you so much for this.
Calories. We're here at the shelter with Caleb and Andy, and they started up a fire. This is my first fire on trail, and I forgot how nice fires feel. It's so warm, but it's a good one. But I'm lucky though, because I'm just gonna go to bed soon. I don't have to take care of it for another hour or so. But thanks for the fire, guys.
No problem.